Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fuel for Success. This is episode number 223 on a wonderful Monday morning in November. And it's a beautiful day here in Minnesota. We've got some fresh white stuff on the ground, just the way we like it in November. So how are you doing this morning, my friend?
You mean it really snowed there?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's got to put you in the Christmas mood. See, I love snow. I love snow. I do. I love snow. But I only love snow, I got to be honest, at Christmas time. That's it. That's all I can handle, my friend. Anything after Christmas, no snow for moi here. So anyways, things are well, man. Had a good weekend. What was the highlight of your whole weekend besides maybe a White Castle trip? What else, man?
There were tons of highlights. Of course, we had church twice yesterday. That's always a highlight. And probably, I had lunch with my daughter on Saturday, and we went and had sushi. And I've never had sushi with Danny before. She's gone with my son, John. And that was pretty interesting to me. She's a texture person, so some of it's kind of hard for her, but she digs right in and tries. So we had a good time. We had a sort of spent the day together.
What kind of sushi did you order?
Well, we ordered several things. Her favorite was really like the dynamite rolls. They do these rainbow rolls where we went, where it's like kind of like a California roll, but they overlay salmon and tuna on that. But I like the straight up sushi, right? Just some tuna, just a strip of tuna right on the rice, some salmon. I'm trying to remember the one. It's sort of a smaller fish. We had some tilapia. That was good, which is interesting. That's actually a freshwater fish. Man, I ordered like 8 different things. You know what I'm saying? So I like it.
Nice. There you go. That's what you do when you get sushi. You get a little bit of everything and try it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. And sushi is not terribly unhealthy.
No, I mean sushi. It's always the healthier option. That's what I tell people. There's actually sushi can be healthy, depending on how you order it. It can be very healthy. So I love sushi, man. Love it. I try to go at least once a week. For me, a lot of times it's an issue of time. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, it's one of those things where the place I go to is always packed. They don't take reservations. They don't open till like 4. I'm usually picking Caleb up from school around then, and then there's baseball, and you know how it is. But other than that, I love sushi.
Yeah. We even after we ate sushi and we went shopping, did some other stuff together for a while, and we're looking at new boots for her, and we did hit a White Castle on the way home. And my Danny fired down 6 White Castles with everything in like 90 seconds. I was shocked. I'm like, you should really slow down. There's a tip for our viewers. To eat healthy, slow down. Don't eat so fast.
Chew your food.
Yeah, chew your food.
Chew your food. Eat slow. Well, it's easier said than done, Mike. We live in a world where we're always so busy, so that's the issue. So don't be too hard on her, okay, buddy?
Yeah. Hey, so Mary's kids are jealous of our snow. They won't be jealous when they see we're actually supposed to get somewhere between 12 and 18 inches of snow today. So we're getting a literal winter storm. Schools are closing. It's not going to be great. So
I'm okay with that as long as that don't affect your flight out tomorrow. I don't want to be hearing about no snowstorm.
My flight's on Wednesday, and everything will be fine. Yeah, here in Minnesota, we're well equipped.
Oh, I'm happy about that. I thought today was Tuesday for some reason.
Yeah, we're, unlike other parts of the country, because people freak out, like 12 inches of snow, how do you handle that? But here it's just like, that's 12 inches of snow. We got, like 7,000 snow plows. They're already on the roads. We have the infrastructure to handle it, so it's not that big a deal. I don't get freaked out. I'm not a panic monger. I mean, it's snow. We live in Minnesota. Come on, it's okay.
Mike, I agree. Too many people panic about just everything. Have you ever just noticed, like, people freak out? Like, they freak out over everything. And I agree with you. I'm like, you know what? What are you guys freaking out over?
Yeah.
Relax.
It's not Ebola. It's a snowstorm or just relax, everyone. It's going to be okay. Hey, we got a show to do here. Let's talk about health and fitness, shall we? Thanks for throwing me under the bus on the White Castles. And I only had 2. I had 2.
It's not bad, actually.
I had two. I'm better now. Hey, so let me ask you a couple of questions. Oh, you know what? Welcome to the show, everybody that's live. So good to see you. And if you're watching live, by all means, go ahead and ask questions about health and weight loss. We'll get to them as.
Can I do weed? If it's look, if it's the temple of God we're talking about, can I do weed since you're doing White Castle? Right? I mean, right? Everybody, talk to me. Let's hear some feedback from the live chat here. Anyways, Mike, let's just be honest. White Castle is so bad for you, but every once in a while,
every once in a while,
with you. Everyone, about once every 2 years ish. Anyway, Mike, I'm sorry I cut you out. Let's talk.
I lost you for just a second there. But, you know, I actually, every once in a while, I have a couple of White Castles because it also helps flush the body. So, if you follow what I'm saying. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, hey, ask questions on the chat. Email them in, mike@mattmaddox.com if you're watching on the archives or want to ask anonymously, or you can also text us at 727-341-5599. We'll get to your questions as quickly as we can. I feel sorry for Ellen, who's never tried White Castle before. You have to do it. You'll either love them or you hate them. Nobody's on the fence on that. Yeah,
so for Canadians, it's Tim Hortons. This is how messed up America is, right? For us, it's White Castle. Right? So, like, we Americans go to Canadians, we're like, hey, we want to try. You ever been to Timmy's, eh? You know, like, no, what's Tim Hortons? Oh, you got to try Tim Hortons, you know. And then you come to America, you're like, you know, they want to try something unique. Oh, yeah, you ever been to White Castle? Like, goes to show you why our country's so messed up. But anyways, let's talk about health and weight loss, my friend.
I love White Castle as much as the next guy, but I got to give it to the Canadians on that one. Go get some Timbits and a bowl of chili. So, no, Tommy, it doesn't mean it's healthy. So, what are we talking about anyway?
Health and weight loss, my friend.
Health and weight loss.
I need you to stick to the subject. I lost you for a minute, Mike. You still there? Can you guys hear Mike or can you not hear me? I can't hear you at all, Mike, so I'm not sure what happened. Can't hear Mike. Yeah. Y'all can hear me, right? So until he gets back, let me just grab some of the questions that came in. All right, I'll deal with one of them right now. It says, what are some things that someone can do to lose weight that can't physically run? Because one of the things about it, my friends, is that you have got to move your body. You've got to have daily exercise. You just cannot lose weight without exercising, right? So what can you do if, like, let's say you have knee problems, or let's say you have back pain, or let's just say you're literally physically not able to exercise. How can you lose weight? Okay. Well, the number one thing I would tell you right away is what we've already shared on this show in times past that we will continuously preach, and that is to begin to eliminate breads and sugars and highly processed foods and sodas from your lifestyle of eating. I mean, that alone right there will help you lose weight. Secondly is drink more water. Mike, are you back with us? Can we hear you now?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's like you went mute on us. Did you accidentally click mute on your keyboard there, buddy?
Nope.
Well,
no, whatever happened was completely out of my control, which is super frustrating.
I was just sharing with people, how can they lose weight when if they literally physically can't run? Like, I'm a runner. Like, I love to run. I love to bike. I love to move my body. I love to walk, you know. But another thing is get in a pool. Like, swimming is so therapeutic. I know a lot of people have major knee problems that can swim. Swimming is so, in fact, it's the number one exercise. So find a way to join a gym or a YMCA that has a pool and swim. Now, obviously, it's not like Mike's going to be able to go swimming today out in Minnesota. So hopefully you can find a pool or a YMCA or some kind of like maybe local club that has a swimming pool that you could get a membership to. It would literally be worth the price of your membership just to be able to swim. In fact, I pay about $20 more a month for my gym membership than the average gym for one reason, because my gym has a full pool in it. And for me, it's worth an extra. I would rather cut out other things in my, budget and take that $20. It's $20, right? I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money when you consider the fact that
Right.
I can swim every single day. My son can swim. I get my son into swimming as well. So a lot of times at 5 a.m., I'll go for a swim. Sometimes in the middle of the afternoon, I'll run to the gym, do a quick swim. So good for you, especially if you have knee problems. Mike, I was just answering that question. How do you lose weight if you're not physically able to exercise? And then, of course, juicing. Drinking a lot of water, eating a lot of salads, and reducing the amount of breads and sodas. One of the number one causes of weight gain is salt, sodas, breads, and, obviously fast food, greasy food, fried foods. All these things cause weight gain.
Right.
Sugar, of course.
Hey, I'm trying to curate some questions here. I've got a. Are you going to cover that one?
No, I was just sticking it up. Go ahead.
All right. Quick question here. Liliana, I hope that's how you say it. The Health Master doesn't have great reviews, but you recommend it. Any additional thoughts? I haven't really read any reviews on it, but your review of it's pretty high.
Well, speaking of review, dude, Liliana and her husband are just first-class people. They're the youth pastors in Goshen,
I know
Indiana.
who that
Just
is.
hung out with them last weekend. I mean, to tell you what, they are winners. They're awesome people. Really enjoyed connecting with them. So Liliana, the Health Master, I do recommend it under one circumstance. You understand, when I first started recommending the Health Master, this was before the NutriBullet came out. So I use the Health Master. I don't use it as much. In fact, I'll be honest in telling you, my recommendation for it is different now. In fact, in my new book, I don't even talk about the Health Master because I'm so for the NutriBullet. However, there are times when I still use the Health Master when I want to make larger sums of juice. Like, let's say Caleb had a few friends over and I wanted to make some homemade lemonade. I would use it for that. Or if he had 3 of his buddies over and I wanted to make them all a greens drink or a berry drink. In those cases, I would use the Health Master. So in other words, if you have a Health Master, don't get rid of it. If you don't have one, don't rush out and buy one. So that's my sell and take on the Health Master there.
I like that. And her follow-up question is about the Ninja Bullet, which I haven't personally tried yet, but I'm looking forward to trying it soon.
Well, Mike, I was going to buy the Ninja. I really was. And I started asking people that had the Ninja and actually had the NutriBullet as well. And the NutriBullet still wins. Now, I'm gonna be honest. What made me almost go buy the Ninja is I actually watched because I'm a fan of the NutriBullet, but unbiased. I believe in being open-minded always. So I watched the Ninja infomercial, right? And I was actually it to me from the commercial or from the infomercial, it looked like the Ninja was a higher quality juicer than the NutriBullet. At that moment, I was like, ooh, like, oh my God, everything I've got out there is, promoting the NutriBullet, which is no big deal because they both work. So that infomercial made me almost go get the Ninja. The reason why I held off on it was because the NutriBullet's been working good for me and I didn't see the need to go spend more money. You know what I mean? That's for me. So if someone right now doesn't even have the NutriBullet or a Ninja, I would say both of them would work, but from what I'm seeing, unless the infomercial, they did a demonstration with the NutriBullet and a Ninja, and to be honest with you, if I was given an unbiased opinion, I would say that the Ninja was a better investment. But that's me. But I'm going to say this: I still believe in the longevity of the NutriBullet, so I'm sticking with it. And that's going to be, if you ask me right now, today, Matt, I'm going to buy a juicer today. What do I need to do? I would say the first thing you need to do is get a NutriBullet. Second thing, when you have the money, or if money's not an option, get a stainless steel Jack LaLanne juicer. Those would be my 2 recommendations myself. I know there's a ton of other types of juicers, from the Champion to, the Ninja. And listen, at the end of the day, all of them work, my friend. All of them work.
Right. And that's basically backed on years of experience. We know for sure that these work. We both used them and can recommend them without hesitation. Without having used the Ninja for, a couple of years like we have the NutriBullet, it's hard to say. I can't personally back it, but it looks like a good machine. Hey, Britton, our good friend Britton is asking a question. If you hit a weight loss plateau, what's a good way to jumpstart it? And this happens all the time. People maybe, they just sort of level out.
Happens all the time. I guess what I would do if someone came to me and said, hey, I plateaued, I would start asking them, okay, tell me about your exercise right now. Like, where are you at? How much are you moving your body right now? So if it's 30 minutes, I would tell them, look, are you serious? Do you really want to lose this extra 20 pounds? Can you give me an hour? Can you give me an extra 30 minutes of cardio? And can you push yourself a little bit more to the limit? And are you eating after 6 o'clock? What are you eating? Are you eating breakfast? Are you juicing? What are you juicing? When are you juicing? I would start asking all these questions because they matter, Britton. Now, having said that, if I was advising anybody right now without the ability to ask them questions and they plateaued, I would say, look, no matter what, at the end of the day, you've got to increase your actions. You've got to drink more water. You have got to exercise more intensely. Maybe you need to switch up your exercise. Maybe your body's gotten used to it. Maybe you need to try Zumba. Maybe you need to try, the bike or swimming or the elliptical or the Stairmaster. Maybe some people, all you're doing is walking. Maybe you need to run. You need to bike. You need to intensify it a little bit. You need to tie bow. I don't know. Do something. Sweat more and, maybe eat. I would definitely say if you plateaued, a lot of people plateau they've started increasing more breads. Bread is it puts it on, my friends. There's no other way around it. And then, other than that, just, continue to juice more. Probably carrot and apple flushes you out quicker. And then, other than that, just stay with it. Stay with it. And doing those little things I suggested will push you out of that stage of being kind of plateaued and help you lose those extra 10 pounds.
Yeah, and I like what Candace said, too. If you have the resources, a personal trainer in that situation would be a great benefit. That may be able to look at it from an outside perspective, evaluate what you're doing, say, oh, here's some places that you can, improve and increase what you're doing to help break that plateau. So I think that's a great piece of advice.
It is a very good advice.
I don't know where that one went. Pacey's question, I like this one because holidays are coming up and doing a health and weight loss show. Oh boy, here come the holidays, right? So any suggestions on how to enjoy the holiday season without, completely crashing?
Well, Pacey, if you'll follow my teachings, which I know you do, you'll find out that I believe in everybody doing 5 things every single day, no matter what. And that is juicing twice a day, exercising every day, drinking your allotted amount of water, which I try to push everyone to at least try to drink a gallon and then doing your 21 health affirmations, and then trying to eat at least 2 healthy meals. So even during the holidays, if you stay in this routine, have the piece of pumpkin pie, hear me? Go ahead and have your grandma's unbelievably carb-loaded, fat-loaded potatoes that's got cheese and sour cream and everything loaded in it. Have a scoop of it. But whatever you do, don't fall off the wagon. A lot of people during the holidays, they stop doing their daily basics. So like me, I will have a handful of peanut M&Ms. I will have some eggnog. I will have a piece of cake or a cupcake or whatever. I do. But I can honestly tell you I still maintain my juicing twice a day. and exercise and drinking water. So in other words, listen what I tell people. You're going to have days where you just fall off and you whatever, right? You're going to have days, everybody should have a cheat day if they can handle it. Most people have one cheat day and then it takes them like 90 days to get back in their rhythm. You know, if you can have a cheat day, bam, hit it hard the next day with no guilt and no like, I shouldn't have eaten that cheeseburger. No, you got to be tougher than that. You can't carry that into the next day. You had the cheeseburger yesterday, my friends. It's over. Let it go, and get right back in the rhythm today. So I would say like go into the holidays this year with a different mentality that you're not going to do it and feel guilty. You're going to do it and enjoy it. You're going to make bliss, you're going to enjoy every bite of that cake with no guilt. I mean, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to say, you know what? I'll actually have a little, yes, I'll have a little extra, and not, why not? Like enjoy it, but listen to this. Don't fall. Don't fall emotionally. Don't get discouraged. Don't feel like a failure. And get up tomorrow and stay in your daily routine. If you make this a lifestyle and a daily routine, juice twice a day, eat at least 2 healthy meals. So if you have your oatmeal in the morning and a salad at lunch and you juice twice that day and you got your walk or run or swim or elliptical in or whatever, and now Tommy, that's funny. And if you drink your water, right? Now I would not tell you to go into the holidays and start drinking Cokes. Remember, right, at the holiday parties and the get-togethers, go, be it, do it, enjoy it, indulge in it, right? But don't just say, oh, you know what? It's the holidays, January 1st, I'll get back. No! Do not do that. Do not tell yourself that you're going to get back come January 1st. Most people die right here. Most people give up. Most people get fat during this season because of that January 1st mentality. You got to have a daily lifestyle. On December 24th, I hope you pull your NutriBullet out on Christmas Eve morning. I do. I hope you have a juice before you go to your family get-together. Why not? So, well, it's Christmas. So, then when you get there, remember, everything, we see in America, you go to most people and you go watch them eat at our portions are so big. Like, have smaller portions of this stuff and pace it out. There's my advice, Pacey. Need some water here.
Yeah. I like portion control is an absolute, I mean, a slice of pumpkin pie like this isn't any more satisfying than a slice like that. And it's going to take half as much work to get it back. You know what I'm saying?
You want to know how to enjoy stuff like that? Eat it slow. When we eat it fast is when we want more. Because like, oh my God, this is so good. So because we eat it so fast, we go get more, and then we're eating when we're full. That's what causes the weight gain. Like, guys, our stomach is this small. Like, sometimes your stomach is screaming like, no, I can't take any more down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it a little break. Come back for more 2-3 hours later. I would rather you have a small piece of pumpkin pie like this, and then 2-3 hours go have another small little piece. Believe it or not, it's better for your digestive system. It's better for your body. It's better for weight gain. Like, if you'll space it out and eat a little bit every couple of hours, you're better off than just shoving it all in. And that's what we do, Mike. When most people, when they fall hard, man. They go hard. They're like, and that's why I say slow down. Slowing down and enjoying it. Take a few breaths in between each. Look, can you give me 3 breaths in between each bite at least? I see some people eat, and I'm like, I feel like I need to call someone over and do CPR. Like, I'm like, whoa. I mean, they're not even breathing here,
Listen, if you break out in a sweat while you're eating, you're probably working too hard at it. Plus, the holidays are a great time to practice, having a conversation while you eat, right? Have some fellowship with it. Like, have a bite, have a conversation, chat, connect, have another bite, So, definitely, slow down, smaller portions.
It's so true. Drinking a little bit of water before you eat is good, and that's why I do a lot of warm water with lemon before I eat. So, good stuff.
Good. Hey, I like what you said, and I actually thought of when you said, don't wait till the 1st of January. Get right back, even if you have a cheat day, even if you fail, don't feel guilty about it. And it made me think of professional level athletes. If you look at a pro quarterback, for example, a guy like Brett Favre, who's one of the greatest ever, he would throw an interception. And then the next time he came out on the field, he's right back at it, and he throws a touchdown pass, right? He's not, I threw an interception. I guess I'll wait till next game. Maybe I'll do better. You know what I'm saying? He had that mental toughness. He's right back in the game. He's throwing a pass. That's the attitude we have to have. Don't get all down in the mully grubs about it.
I can't get the smile off my face, Mike. I'm going to go ahead and go right on our own talk show right now and forgive you for saying Brett Favre is one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. I would appreciate maybe a Tom Brady at this moment and Peyton Manning, but I don't know about but maybe you're right because he did throw a lot of interceptions. So good analogy there, my friend.
I use Favre specifically because of the interceptions. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Plus, I am only a few hundred miles from Green Bay. So, anyhow.
I played in Minnesota, too, which really hurt Green Bay, but that's a whole other show. Talking about betrayal and where's your loyalty and, all that good stuff. But, hey.
All that good stuff. Hey, quick question for you. And we've got viewers all over the world, really. And, even in Canada, right? So let's say you're in a remote location or maybe a smaller city and you don't have a lot of access to a health food store, like the nearest Whole Foods is 1,500 miles away, right? And there's no, there's no great gym around. How does that person, maintain a healthy lifestyle when they don't have access to the things that, maybe in a major city you have?
Mike, and listen, I've coached a lot of people that are in this situation, okay? I'm spoiled here. I dropped my son off this morning. 5 minutes from his school is a Whole Foods that has a full juice bar, wheatgrass. So literally 5 minutes after I dropped him off, I'm doing wheatgrass shots. I'm getting my juicing. I've got 3 Whole Foods within a 15-minute drive. I've got a health food store right down the road. I got unbelievable amount of juice bars. So I'm spoiled like that. It's a blessing, right? But for those that don't, I'm only going to tell you, I put myself in their shoes and I thought, what would I do? Knowing me, what would I do if I were in these situations? Well, first and foremost, I like what Ellen said, local farmers markets. I would do my research and find as many. You'd be surprised how many local farmers might have organic fruits and vegetables, that you could access, right? And obviously, if you read my book, Just Juice It, I tell you exactly what fruits and vegetables that are organic and that you should buy. Absolutely must buy organic. And those that's not that important to buy organics, especially if you wash them. So number one, I would find the nearest Whole Foods, and let's say it is a 4-hour drive. I literally myself would make the 4-hour drive twice a month and, stock up on what I needed myself. Then I would definitely buy as much as I could that's organic, that on the must buy organic list. And then of course, at the end of the day, you got to remember, everywhere you live has got a local produce, and talk to the people that run the produce. Find out where they buy it from. Find out what their process is of washing it. See, at the end of the day, it's all about, being aware of all the pesticides and the chemicals that are sprayed on these fruits and vegetables, And Mike, most people don't do their research. You'd be surprised even in them smaller areas how many people actually grow wheatgrass and sell it by the trays. So let's say I literally, if I lived in an area that didn't have a place where I could go and just buy a wheatgrass shot, I would find somebody that sold it by the tray. I would invest in a wheatgrass machine, or I would grow it myself. I personally would go to Desperate Measures. Here's 3 things I would always go to Desperate Measures to do. You ready? I would always go to Desperate Measures to get wheatgrass. I would, personally. Whatever I had to do to get wheatgrass in my body, I would do it. I promise you I would. I would always go to Desperate Measures to make sure that I was able to juice, no matter what. And the number 3, I'd always go to Desperate Measures to make sure I had a place to exercise. So let's say you live in a town that literally doesn't have a gym. Well, at that point, the only other option you have is, like Mike, I would turn to YouTube at that moment. I would create my own workouts at home. Listen, know how radical I am? I would go to the local hotel and I would meet with the GM and say, look, man, I know this is look, I got a 50-50 shot here. You can tell me yes or no, but can I pay you something every month? How about giving you a little tip here? Let me come in and use your exercise room, which most likely will say no, but it's worth the shot. So I would go to desperate extreme measures for those things to take place, Mike, because that is a reality. There are people that don't have access to anything. No gyms,
Right.
no health food stores, no juice bars. And so at that point, you've got to grow it yourself. You've got to find places that do it organic, research, and you might have to make an hour drive once a week. You might have to. And if you do, it's worth it. If nothing else, download our Fuel for Success on your iPhone or your iPod and listen to us while you're making that hour drive. You could get in 4 episodes driving to go get your wheatgrass and your organic fruits and vegetables. 4 episodes. You get the whole week worth of Fuel for Success. So do a little multitasking while you're at it.
It's good. I'm just great. Hey, that's awesome, Britton. No, I'm 100% in. There are other options for wheatgrass, and somebody had mentioned, I think it was Britton, that she got the powdered non-GMO wheatgrass, which is better than nothing. Certainly, fresh wheatgrass, of course, is the best. But you do what you got to do. I've even had the frozen. You can get it frozen sometimes, and you just thaw them out. They're not bad. Again, not quite as good as fresh. Fresh is always best, but anything that you can do to have an impact is good. So, one of the things that one of my experiences is a lot of people will be like, they'll buy these fitness deals for their house, and most people don't really use them when they have them in their house. There's something about like getting out of your house and going somewhere to do your workout that really, I think, motivates you and gets you in the right mindset. And for the most part, because you mentioned like going to a hotel and, trying to figure out if you can use their fitness room or if there's one, I'm lucky I have one in the building here that I live in. So, but just being able to like get out of your house and do it makes a big difference. And most of the people that have, an elliptical or a treadmill or something in their house, that they just end up being a clothes rack for whatever reason. So,
yeah. Well, and then if you live in an area where you do have access to all of this and you allow yourself to gain weight, shame on you. Shame on you if you have the ability to be healthy and lose weight. Shame on you if you let yourself go. Shame on you. That's why you need this show, because we are going to push you. We're going to make you uncomfortable sometimes. If you're letting yourself go and you're dying because of obesity, we're going to light a fire on you because we don't want you to die. We want you to live, my friends. So we want to encourage you, motivate you that yes, your health is extremely important. People say, are you guys health nuts? Yes. I want to go on record. I am a health nut. Everybody should be a health nut, my friend. Just like you're nuts about your kids and you're nuts about your wife and you're nuts about life, you need to be nuts about your own body because this is all you have. If this shuts down, you're done. Hear me? You'll never get to ever play with your kids again if your body shuts down. You'll never be able to kiss your wife again. Someone else will sleep in your wife's bed. You hear me? Someone else will be making your kids lunch if you don't take care of your body. So yes, it is extremely important.
Awesome. Hey, we're out of time, but that was great stuff today. And want to remind everyone that tomorrow is our Tuesday show. We'll be talking about life coaching and motivation. And join us at 9:30 Eastern time. Any closing thoughts, my friend?
Real quick, and I like what Mary said. She said the great thing about gyms is they have staff to help you, and that's so true. But there's also other people that listen. You know what I mean, Mike? Most people in gyms are real people. They really are. There's the jerks. There's the stuck-up people. They're like 10%, if that. Most people, man, that are in shape, I'll stop and talk to them and pick their brain, and they are so kind. And you know what else I've learned, dude? The people that are overweight in our gym are like celebrities, man. Everybody's like so glad to see them. Keep up the good work. I mean, it's like they get so much. They're like dogs, man. They get so much love and attention and petted. I'm like, hey, what about me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what about me? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. But it's not. It's such a supporting environment. Really, people encourage you. They make you feel good. And I'm only saying that because a lot of times overweight people have this myth that if they go to the gym, people are going to laugh at them or look at them funny. It's actually the opposite. Sometimes when I see overweight people out there chugging it out on the treadmill, treading it out, digging it out, sweating, I'm like, man, keep it up, man. You know, that's awesome. It makes me feel so proud of them, you know. But anyways, good place. You're right.
Awesome. Hey, so awesome. Hey, so remember that you can check us out on YouTube, fuelforsuccess.tv. If you go to YouTube, by all means, subscribe. Click on the subscribe button, and once in a while we put clips out and some additional things, so you'll get access to those. And go to fuelforsuccess.tv to watch the archives. Download us on podcast. Go to iTunes, type in Fuel for Success. You'll find us there. Hope you all have an awesome Monday, and we'll see you here tomorrow.
God bless, my friends.